4th of April, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi Shemini.
Okay. Good afternoon, Lou.
Good afternoon, Rabbi. How are you?
Hashem.
Great.
Okay, let's go. Yesterday got up to Yod.
Yeah, I think I fell asleep yesterday. I'm not sure exactly where we ended.
Yeah. I think we got up to Pasuk Ches. Pasuk Ches, chapter 10, Pasuk 8.
Vayidaber Hashem el Aharon lemor. Okay.
I mentioned this yesterday. This is a very Rashi actually hints to it into the Rashi on Vayidem Aaron. That is the Rashi on Pasuk Gimel. That this is a unique pasuk because it's about the only place where Hashem spoke directly to Aaron, not through Moshe. Almost all other places, Hashem never spoke directly to Aaron.
right.
He was first to Moshe, and Moshe told it over to Aaron.
Right.
But here, Hashem spoke directly to Aaron, according to Rashi's opinion, anyway.
Interesting. Okay, there's no Rashi on 8. Yayin the Shechar al
Tasht.
Ata uvanecha itoch bivoachem el ohel moed velo samusu chukas olam l'dorosechem. Wine that is intoxicating, do not drink. You and your sons with you, when you come to the tent of meeting, that you should not die. This is a eternal law for your generations.
Right.
So Rashi says, Yayin v'shechar, intoxicating wine, Yayin derech shichruso, wine in a manner in which it intoxicates.
Right. So
What does that mean?
interesting. Rashi seems to understand the pasuk. Not that it's referring to two separate items, but it's referring to one item, wine, and has an intoxicating ingredient.
But why is there a vav? That
There
implies two things: wine and.
I know that, but that's what Rashi is coming to Chayra to point out.
I see.
I think so. Anyway,
all wine contains something that can be intoxicating. That's what wine is. Wine is alcohol.
However, the Torah terms grape juice also as wine.
Oh,
Yain
this is
migito.
excluding grape juice?
Yeah, so grape juice is not a problem.
I see. Okay. Hi, Mayor.
Hi,
Hi,
good
Mayor.
afternoon.
We're on Pasuk 9 in chapter 10.
Okay, thank you.
We're doing the Rashi.
Okay, good.
Uvo achem el ohel moed. When you come to the tent of meeting. Ein
Enter.
li,
Voyachemi means when you enter the tent of meeting,
aha, I see.
right?
Ein li ella bevo am lahekal. I have nothing but when they come to the sanctuary.
Yeah, well, okay, it's a bit of labor translation. I might think it applies only, right? I have only a proof, okay, or a source, right? That is that this prohibition of drinking wine applies when they enter V'vachem leheichol, to the sanctuary. That's oil moed. That's the equivalent of the oil moed. Okay. Begishtom lemizbeach minayin. Carry on.
Begish tam lemizbeach minayin. From where do I know that the prohibition applies even when they come near the mizbeach, which is outside the sanctuary to perform the service? In which case I would say that come is a better translation than enter,
Why?
because enter implies you're going inside of it, but Rashi just said it includes.
Well, that's in reference to the oil moed. That's the structure, the building of the oil moed. When it comes to the mizbeach, we're talking about coming near to the mizbeach. Begishtom lemizbeach minayin. Okay,
I'm
notice
not
Rashi
sure.
uses a different term.
I'm not
No.
sure. I agree with you. I'm just reviewing the Hebrew here. What is lahechal?
Heichal means the sanctuary, means in the time of the Beis Hamikdash, the equivalent of what was the oil moed in the Mishkan was the Heichal in the Mikdash. It's the
Right.
sanctuary,
Rashi
the actual
says.
building.
Rashi says it's not only when you come to the heichal, but when you come near the heichal.
Not to the Heichal. Begishtam lemizbeach minayin. When they drew near to the altar, meaning when they would go up onto the altar to do the to offer the sacrifices and all the other avodah which they did on the mizbeach, right? Minayin. Where do I know?
Now the mizbeach is outside of the heichal, right?
Correct. So exactly.
Okay, so again, he's saying, Rashi is saying that it's not just when you come into the heichal, but even if you come near the heichal.
But that's not the coming. Begishtom, there's two areas where they carried out the avodah. There's the avodah was carried out in the sanctuary, and there's also it was carried out on the mizbeach, on the altar, and that's
Right,
what we're
when you
referring
come
to.
into this sanctuary, or if you come near the mizbeach, you
Yeah,
shouldn't.
it doesn't mean
you
come near
shouldn't
me. It
have
means
any
actually go
wine.
onto the mizbeach. You draw when they draw to the mizbeach. Okay,
So when you draw to the mizbeach,
which
you are
means they
also
actually go
drawing.
up onto the
You are also
mizbeach.
drawing to the heichal.
Okay, but it's two
The
separate areas. It's
Mizbeach
not,
is next to the Heichal.
but the point is, there's no prohibition of going close to the Mizbeach or close to the Heichal. That is not a prohibition. There's only a prohibition going into the Heichal and going onto the Mizbeach.
Well, my English says, from where do I know that the prohibition applies even when they come near the Mizbeach?
Yes, but
Is that incorrect?
I'm explaining to you that doesn't mean coming near. It means actually going onto the Mizbeach.
So this word begishtam,
I know, geshes, because geshes means to draw near, to come. I'll give you a cross reference to. Don't have it handy here. 1 second, let me get a chumash.
Yeah, I guess it is so to arrive.
I refer you to Parshas Kisisa.
Seesaw, what Seder is that in?
That is in Sefer Shmois,
No,
Parshas Kisisa, chapter 30, pasuk 20.
30, 20, okay.
30.
Okay, 30, 20.
30.
Chapter 30, pasuk 20. This is referring to washing the hands before they do the avodah.
Okay, so it says Bivoam, when they come El Ohel to the tent Moed of meeting, Yir Chatzu Mayim, they will wash with water, Velo Yamusu, Yamusu, and they will not die. O Bigishtam, or when they draw near El Hamizbeach to the Mizbeach, L'shares to serve, L'haktir to raise up, Isha fire L'Shem. All right, so this is the word Begishtam, right?
Right, exactly. This is exactly that's why I wanted to quote you this, show you this pasuk.
Okay,
And there, Gishtam el Mizbeach does not mean just coming near to the Mizbeach. It means actually going up on the Mizbeach.
that's not what my English says.
Oh,
How do you know that? Does Rashi say that?
Yeah, it's clearly from Chazal because there's no prohibition of going near to the Mizbeach without washing hands. In fact, Rashi says in Pasuk 21, somebody who serves on the Mizbeach. Very clear commentary. Why he uses this term, begishtam el Mizbeach, but it means to draw near and to not just see in English, you use the term draw near. But that's misleading. geshes means to actually draw to the place itself. The geshes el mizbeach means to actually draw to the mizbeach and be on the mizbeach, not just to draw near.
I see. Okay,
Okay,
but this one word means coming into the heichal or coming onto the mizbeach.
right, correct.
Okay, so continuing in Rashi, Ne'amar kan bi'as ohel moed. Coming to the tent of meeting is mentioned here. So bi'as, I guess, is the word that they're translating as coming.
Right, okay. V'nema,
Ne'amar b'kidush yadayim uraglayim bi'as ohel moed.
okay, this is exactly the pasuk which I just quoted you before.
Right.
Yes,
And
with regard to washing the hands and feet, right? It says when they enter the oil moed, they have to make sure before, prior to entering the oil moed, they've got to make sure that they wash their hands and feet. And malahalon,
Malahalan, just as there, regarding the sanctification, asa gishas mizbeach, the Torah made approaching the mizbeach ke vias ohel moed, like coming to the tent of meeting, in that both require sanctifications of the hands and feet. Afkan here too, asa gishas mizbeach, the Torah made coming near the mizbeach ke vias ohel moed, like coming to the tent of meeting.
right? So therefore, just like there applies over here prohibition of drinking wine. Kohen is not allowed to drink wine, intoxicating wine, before prior to entering the oil moed. So too, is forbidden to drink intoxicating wine prior to going onto the mizbeach to serve.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay,
Yep.
fine. Let's continue.
Mayor, are you
Pasuk
available?
Yud, Meir.
Well, I'm not really because my computer is making these funny noises.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have to get a new one.
I thought you had a mouse on your table.
It does, but normally the mouse is quiet. It just-
Sometimes it's
Being
quiet
undisciplined.
and sometimes it acts up like this. So maybe Lou should continue.
Okay,
Okay, or you want to give it a try and see if it,
Well, if you can hear over the noise, I'll be happy to read.
give
Oh,
it a
just
try.
stopped.
I'll interrupt you if I can't hear.
Okay, so Pasuk Yud, Ulahavdil ben hakodesh uvein hachol uvein hatamei uvein hatahur. So it's to Lavdil is
differentiate.
yeah, it's to separate between the holy and the profane. Okay, and the impure and the pure. It's funny the way the Torah says this, because the first part of the verse starts with this, the holy, the sacred, and then the profane, while the second part, it starts with the impure and then the pure.
That's an interesting point.
So,
I hear what you're saying. I don't know.
okay, well, anyway, so Rashi says, Ulahavdil. Okay, so this is says here to distinguish or to separate, I guess. Kidei shetavdilo.
Tavdilu.
Oh,
Tavdilu.
tavdilu. Oh, that they
That
separate.
you
What do they
shall
separate between
differentiate.
avoda kedosha, between the holy service, limachulelet, and that is
A profane service.
profaned. Ah, okay. Ha lamadita. So you've learned she'im avad avodato pesula. So if he does the service, okay. In this case, we're talking about intoxication, I guess.
Yeah, in other words, if a Kohen carries out the service of a korban when he's in an ebriated state,
Mhm.
okay,
Then his service is not valid,
is disqualified. Is
disqualified, basula. Ah,
okay. So Rashi, in other words, Rashi's explaining over it doesn't mean that when a Kohen is separating between holy and profane, he must be in a sober state. That's not what it means. It means the pasuk is telling you, "Avdil ben hakodesh ben hachoel," this prohibition will create a distinction between service which is holy and service which is profane. Meaning,
right.
if the Kohen does the service in a sober state, then the avodah is holy, right? It's
Right.
it's acceptable. The service is holy. It's perfectly good. But if chas v'shalom he does the avodah when he's in a drunken state, okay, then his service will be profane. Okay.
Now we're
Okay.
using the word profaned for the Hebrew word is
Chol,
chulelet,
v'chuleles, yeah.
lima chulelet. Is that the root of that is chal?
Yeah, chulin, same thing, means ordinary, not holy.
Yes, I was gonna say I would translate it as ordinary rather than profaned.
Yeah, but in this situation, so the thing is, if it meant ordinary, that would not necessarily indicate that his avodah is psula, is disqualified. Just means it's not holy. But
Right.
that's the point which Rashi is pointing out to me. It's muchuleles. The service is actually more than just ordinary. It's been actually profaned, and it's the avodah is disqualified.
Right, I see.
Okay, let's see
Okay.
next passage. Yud Aleph. No.
Ula horos es b'nei Yisrael es kol ha-chukim asher diber Hashem aleihem biyad Moshe. Okay, so to teach the children of Israel all of the laws that Hashem our God, no, Hashem spoke to them through Moshe.
Right.
Okay, so Rashi says ula horos, to teach, limei.
Instruct. Yeah.
The verse has taught us she'asur shikur b'hora'ah, that it is forbidden to be drunk at the time of teaching.
Well, I mean, or to put it this way, that somebody who is drunk is forbidden to not just to teach, but he's forbidden to decide to give a halachic decision. It's also called
Right.
hara.
So it includes both.
It means both, right? To teach and to give a halachic to hand down a halachic decision.
Yachol, one might be able to think that Yehei Chayav Misa, that he is liable to the death penalty. Talmud Lomar, the Torah teaches us, Ata Yivanecha Uvanecha Itach Velo to Samusu. You and your sons with you, that you not die. Kohanim ba'avodasam, Kohanim who are engaged in their service while intoxicated are liable b'misa, to the death penalty.
But
Ve'ein chachamim b'hora'asam b'misa. But scholars in their teaching are not liable to the death penalty.
if they are intoxicated. Okay, so this is, even though they're forbidden to render halachic decisions when they are drunk, or they're in an inebriated state. However, they will not get misa if they do so. There's a prohibition, but there's no death penalty.
So in other words, Rashi is pointing out that it doesn't apply to everybody, only applies to Kohanim.
The death penalty.
Right.
Okay, right. By the way, I think I mentioned this in the past. There's a famous story, I don't know if you've heard of him, Rabbi Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld. He was one of the 1920s, 1930s. He was the chief rabbi of what was then the Eidah HaCharedis, which was basically the Haredi community in Yerushalayim, principally in the whole of Eretz Yisrael. He was a major figure. Anyway, there was a very Hashavua Rav, a big Talmud Chacham, recognized as one of the great people of the generation, of that generation. Anyway, the story goes that one time somebody came knocking on his door with a shaila on the night of Leila Seder. It was about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. And so the person knocked on the door, and the wife of Yosef Chaim Sonnenfeld's wife opened the door, and she said, "I'm sorry, the rabbi is sleeping." So the man was a little bit incredulous. Who's sleeping at midnight on Leil of Seder? That's a very strange thing. He says, "Come back in an hour." Okay? So he did. And basically asked the question, whatever question he had. And he got the answer. Then he asked, he says, "Rabbi, can I ask you a question?" He says, "How comes you were sleeping? It's not the thing. Seder night is not a time when people normally go to sleep. You should be asleep." So he said, "I'll tell you very simple." He says, "I'm the rabbi, and I know people are going to ask me questions. And on Seder night, we drink 4 cups of wine. Now, if I've drunk 4 cups of wine, I'm not in a proper state that I can give a halachic decision because I've drunk too much wine. So I have my Seder quickly. I drink the 4 cases and everything. And then I take a nap. And then I get up and we spend the rest of the night discussing and talking about the story of Yetzias Mitzrayim, of the Exodus from Egypt." So therefore, that's why he was particular about this halacha, not to paskin, not to give a halachic decision whilst he was in a state when he drank too much wine.
Nice story.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have time for one more pasuk. Yeah, Maya, you want to read pasuk Yud Beis?
You'd bet.
Quite a
Vaydaber,
long pasuk, actually.
Vaydaber Moshe el Aaron ve'el Elazar ve'el Itamar banav hanotarim kechu et hamincha hanoteret me'ishei Hashem v'klua matzot etzel hamizbeach ki kodesh kodashim he. Okay, so it says Moshe spoke to Aaron and Elazar and Itamar, the sons who remain. Take the meal offering. Hanoteret, that's left over, I guess,
Right.
from the
Fire offerings of Hashem.
firing offerings of Hashem. Okay, to eat it unleavened near the, I guess, near the altar, Mizbeach. Okay.
Eat it as matzos.
Oh, is it?
Next to the mizbeach.
Oh, next to.
Ki
Okay.
kodesh kadoshim he, because it has a status of being kodesh kadoshim.
Wow. Okay, so let's see. Rashi's probably long too then, huh? Okay, so hanotarim, that which remains, mina mita, from death, milamed, she'af alehem niknesa mita, al avon ha'egel. Okay, so it teaches us niknesa mita.
That upon them too.
Oh,
Right.
and then two is Nikmusamita, that like a death sentence.
Right.
Okay.
They
for
were, should we say, liable to get a death sentence.
Okay, for the sin of the calf.
Right?
Okay.
The golden calf.
Who Ne'amar, which it says.
This is what the pasuk is referring to. Aaron, his son of Hashem, ma'oid lahashmidoi. Right? And upon Aaron, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was furious, extremely furious, lahashmidoi, to wipe him out. Okay? Ve'ein hashmada. Right.
But
and wiping him out, hashmada, refers to the destruction, the wiping out of his children.
Oh, Shneamar, Ashmid Piro Mima.
And I will wipe out his progeny from above.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Utfilato shel Moshe itla nechetza. Oh, so Moshe's prayer acted as a separator, like a mechitza, I guess.
No, but la mechza, half.
Oh, half. Oh, nullified half. Oh, okay.
Shnema.
Ne'emar ve'et palel gam be'ad Aharon ba'et hahi. Because I prayed for Aaron.
I also prayed for Aaron, on behalf of Aaron, ba'esahi at that time.
Uh-huh. Okay. Kichu et hamincha, take the meal.
So you see from over here, the Ba'atzam, because of they had participated in to whatever extent they had passively allowed the sin of the golden calf to take place, so they were somewhat held liable. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have ordinarily, had not Moshe Rabbeinu prayed for them, HaKadosh Baruch Hu would have wiped out the sons of Aaron, all four of them. But Moshe Rabbeinu prayed for them, and in the merit of his prayer, 2 out of 4 were survived.
Yes,
and which 2 were the ones who 2 had not brought a strange fire, whereas the actual ones who were wiped out were not of an aviu, because the Maisa, they had also themselves had done something wrong, they brought unauthorized fire.
Mhm.
Okay. Um,
Okay, so it says Ed HaMincha, the meal offering, Zo Minchat Shmini, it's the meal offering of the 8th day from the inauguration. Minchat Nachshon, and the meal offering of Nachshon.
which means Nachshon ben Aminadab, he was the first prince, first leader of the tribe to offer a korban. On 12 days, from the first day of Nisan to the 12th of Nisan, on each day there was a Nasi brought a korban, and he also brought a mincha.
Wasn't he also the first one to go into the sea?
Yes,
Nachshon, this progressive.
Nachshon ben Aminadab.
Yeah, okay. The iklua matzot, and you shall eat matzah. Matamud lamar, what's this saying? Lefi shehi minchat sibor uminchat sha'ah ve'ein ki kayotze va l'dorot. So let's see. It's a meal offering for the community, public meal offering, I guess, and the meal offering of that time, that hour, I guess. And there's nothing like it for the generations to come, I guess. Okay. Hutzrach lefaresh ba din she'amin nachot. Okay, so it's required to explain this, I guess, in the Torah, that the law of the remaining meal offerings,
Sorry,
she'aminachot, are remaining, the other
Yes.
meal offerings,
the other,
the other meal offerings.
all other, right. Din Sharmanachas, all the din of other meal offerings. Okay, I think we'll call it a day for today and for this week. Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you. Have a good Shabbos.
have
You
a good
too.
Shabbos,
Good
Rabbi.
Shabbos. And how's your wife doing, Mayor?
She's okay. I mean, she's still not feeling 100%. She's been resting.
Not even 50.
And I want to.
Oh, she says not even 50. So I'm still praying for her. It's giving her a
Good.
full shlema.
So I reiterate the nice pink sign behind you.
That's
To wish
from the
her for
grandchildren.
Shalema.
Yes, that was from the
Amen.
grandchildren.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kultiv.
Okay.